Welcome, man. Welcome back to the channel. Skitty, man, real quick. Real quick, because I can't stay on long tonight. But I want to touch on something, guys. What's going on? Evelyn, what's going on, my friend? How are you? Uncle Tom, Turbo, Mike. Yes, what's going on? I'm going to do this real quick because I want to touch on something that I'm sure some people will pick up on later. I want to talk about how car makers need to start building their cars with common sense in mind, or building them from the standpoint of not everybody's going to do right. No, that's not right either. Building them, you can't say idiot proof because that sounds offensive. In fact, I'm gonna change the name of this later on, but because I don't want to offend anybody, because there's literally some people out there that just don't know to do certain things. Okay, what I'm talking about, I got an interesting comment on a video from a young man. I guess he's a guy talking about, it was a Toyota. In fact, we're going to speak on that. I told him I'm going to use his comment as a topic in this live stream. So what I'm talking about is car makers and the way they deal with warning lights or things that need to be put into place to alert the driver to either shut it down or go get it fixed right away. Now, car makers have already came up. They're trying their best to do what they can. And in other words, it's been put out there that if your check engine light flashing, that is bad, right? But some customers still don't get it because the car is still going. So car makers' hands are tied. Okay, what are we going to do now? They still driving their damn cars with the check engine light flashing. You think it's something was beating at you in the face on your cluster, just you would go, oh my God, maybe I need to stop and get this checked out. No, some customers don't see it that way. So car makers' hands are like tied. So with that being in mind, what else can they do? All right, let me go over this comment that I'm talking about, guys. What's up, Budget Wrench? Let me go over this comment that I want to share with you guys because we're gonna touch on this. This is bothering me, and I don't want to think that Toyota got a leg up on us. All right, y'all see this comment right here? Now, this guy comment on a video that I posted about, y'all remember the van I posted where the lady just kept driving the van and she cooked it? And I showed you the intake manifold and everybody's complaining because it's plastic. Oh, my God, it's plastic. The plastic burnt because she overheated the van. All right, let me go over this comment with you. I can't even pronounce his name, but Apollonia. Wait a minute, from Prince? Wait a minute. No, that's not Apollonia. Anyway, America. All right, here's the comment. And I want y'all to understand this, where I'm trying to go with this, okay? Because this is what's up, Fane Johnson? What's going on, man? Ken Barber, 69, Dart Man, Ed Pakinski, Ken Barber. What is going on, guys? Used to be all people needed was an oil. No, hey, Fane, check this out, man. All right, this comment. My daughter off at college had zero water in her car after the radiator hole. She drove it daily until she would be flooring it to keep it running between lights, and it would eventually shut off C's where the starter couldn't turn it, trying to restart it. At least 3 times she had it towed, and it would cool overnight and then restart. She drove it home from across the state of Pennsylvania. I fixed the leak, which was the radiator, put water in it, and she's been driving it for 2 years later. No head gasket, nothing. It's a Toyota. Now, this guy was being sarcastic. You know how y'all do. It's a Toyota. We don't have those problems. Guys, now either one or two things. Either Toyota got something in place. He left out the year. So I'm assuming it's a brand new car with brand new technology put in place for situations like this. Because, guys, let's face it. The car makers, they don't know what else to do. All right. Let me get big. They're giving you a sensor. All right. Yeah, everybody know what a coolant temp sensor is, right? Coolant temp sensor is a sensor put in place to alert the controller the temperature of the coolant, I guess. Okay, it's a thermistor, I want to say. It's screwed into the coolant system, either the head or the intake manifold. All right, once coolant hit the bottom part of that sensor, it's a thermistor. I hope I'm saying this right. That information is bussed to the computer where the computer makes some calculation decision. All right. Typically, I don't know about other makes, Chrysler, 230 degrees, that fan's supposed to come on to lower the temperature and start the vicious cooling cycle all over again. All right. So on that van we talking about, obviously that didn't happen. Or maybe it did happen. See, I'm being careful not to use that van as an example because the insurance company thinking they deliberately overheated that car because their warranty was almost out and they wanted a new engine. So lay that aside. The guy with the Toyota, this guy right here, his daughter drive a Toyota. I'm thinking Toyota got a system set in place where the starter is disabled. Because think about what he said. It wouldn't restart until overnight. So what happens overnight is your car eventually cools down, whether you have added coolant or not, right? So the temperature of the car is cooler. So if the computer sees that, it goes, well, check 1, check 2, everything's fine. Fire up, let her allow starting, and then she can start it. As opposed to letting somebody just continue to drive the car until it just eventually can't take anymore, which is the case in this van. I don't want to think the engineers that built Toyota is no smarter than the engineers that built FCA problems or FCA stuff, although it could be, but I don't want to think that. So why would Toyota have a feature in place for situations like this? Okay. Yes, the car reach a certain temperature. We'll pull a temperature out of the sky. Let's say 280 degrees. The computer see that temperature. Remember, it's getting that sensor, it's getting that signal from the coolant temperature sensor. 280 degrees, that's too high. I got the fan on. Why isn't my temperature lowering? There's obviously a problem. Now, the computer go, okay, snatch away fuel. You're going to die. You're not going to run anymore. All right, snatch away ignition. You're not going to spark anymore. Your car is going to shut down. And if you just keep on going, you still driving the car or trying to start it, it will eventually snatch away the starting signal. Okay, yes, computers are so sophisticated now, they can interrupt that starting signal. It don't matter if you turn the key to start. You just cut it off. That's how badass computers are now. All right, so now the next morning, like I say, the car cool, you can start it up and go. So Chrysler or FCA, and again, I want to think the newer models, guys. I don't want to think that this is all. I don't want to think. See, the van that overheated and burned up, really just locked up, seized up because it couldn't take it anymore. That was a 2012 model. The only safety feature in place on that is there isn't one. Okay, now. Yes, it's going to turn the fan on. It's going to do everything it can to alert. And even a damn needle. There's a coolant temp gauge on that car. The needle's going to be pegged out. So if the customer just either intentionally trying to burn it up or just don't know no better, the warning features are all in place. That's all they can do. So the depth is imminent at that point. You just go, hey, she's just going to keep going. So what the hell? So now, how hard is it? Who in here is electronically savvy? How hard is it to have a controller tune? That's the word they use in the high performance industry. Have it tuned or programmed to shut the damn car off in the event it's in super overheat mode. Let's say 300 freaking degrees. That is hot. Remember, guys. The thermostat, suppose a typical thermostat, 180 degrees, right? It's supposed to open and allow that coolant to come out of the block and work its way back to the radiator. At that point, the fan kicks in. If it's an electric fan, to lower that temperature. All of that stuff is operating. But let's say there is no coolant at all. There's no liquid at all in the car. At that point, what is the damn coolant sensor going to read? What signal will the coolant temp sensor send to the PCM? There's no liquid on the head of the sensor. Now y'all got me wondering. I don't know that. Who is OCD in here? OCD. What's up, Philly? Fluffy, what's going on? Damn, I see the bling bling. Oh, yeah, I just left a party, man. Adidas. It was an old Adidas party. That's why I'm late. If I'm late, I just sat down and went to talking. So look, how hard is it, man, to I know what I was talking about. What signal do the coolant temperature sensor send to the PCM if there's no coolant in it? Okay, nothing at all. It's just air because it's low. Just say she sprung a leak. There's no coolant at all. That sensor, what is it going to tell the PCM? There's no liquid on me. I don't know how hot it is. All right. So maybe that could have been a problem. I'm trying to figure out how anybody in their right mind can just not know that their car is overheating to the point where it's about to lock up, seize up, kaboom, no more, just done. How do you get to that point? My man with the Toyota, guys, he said his daughter off at college had zero water in her car. So I'm sure Toyota used a coolant temp sensor, right? That's nothing fancy about a temp sensor. Okay. Zero water in her car after a radiator hole. Okay, she blew a radiator. She drove it daily until she would be flooring it to keep it running. So she had to keep it running, right? Maybe the car was trying to shut off to alert her that you overheating. All right, let me finish. And it would eventually shut off seize. I don't think it was seize, guys. If you seize up an engine or lock up an engine, I don't care how long you wait. You can wait 3 weeks. It's not just going to magically unseize. In my opinion, I don't know. I'm not a deep engineer type engine guy. I don't think a seized up bearing in a crank journal or a crank main bearing, if it seizes, it's just going to unseize because you let it cool off. So I'm thinking because the car wouldn't start back up, Toyota's controllers are programmed or tuned to not allow the starter to even spin the engine over in the event that it's overheating. So my thinking is people ignore everything on their vehicle, especially oil leaks. Oil leaks is another thing. You know what I'm saying? How do you get to the point where you seize your car up? Y'all know how many cars I done brought into the shop or that's been towed to the shop? Click, click, click. Damn, why? Maybe I need a starter. I put a dipstick, no oil. Like, how do you continue to drive with no oil in your car? Where are the warning signals? Where are the warning features? Now, I will say this as far as a Pentastar, a 3.6 Pentastar. Y'all know on the oil filter adapter housing, all right, it's got a oil temp sensor and an oil pressure sensor. Notice, I didn't say low oil level sensor. Okay, so maybe that's something they need to. But where do you put a low oil pressure sensor on a car? You have to find a way to screw it into the oil pan, right? Because how you gonna measure the level of anything if it's not screwed into the particular item that you're supposed to be measuring, right? How the hell you gonna know the level of your oil if there's no sensor screwed into the oil pan that will contacts are open if the oil get below a certain threshold? Just like say a windshield washer bottle, there's level sensors on those to alert the driver. Hey, your washer fluid low, dog. What you gonna do, man? I'm gonna turn this light on to let you know that. All right, that is a sensor put in place to let the driver know the washer fluid low. Why are people still locking up their engine because there's no oil in it? Because there's no low oil level sensor on these cars. Just a temp sensor and a freaking oil pressure switch. Now, you would think pressure would go low if oil level go low. Not necessarily. You can get, I don't know, maybe you can get the same amount of pressure you can with 1 quart of oil as you can with 4 quarts. I don't know. I got to catch up on the comments too, but and I know GM uses a coolant reservoir level sensor. Oh, yeah. Well, all car makers need to have, we got to make these cars, I guess, because if not, now I'm on the mechanical side of the automotive industry, right? So, but I still would never sit here and root for cars to break. I'm not one of those guys. Yes, it broke again. I get to fix it and make some money. Yeah, sure, that's what I do for a living, but it's a thin line between, wait a minute now, how the hell that keep happening, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't root for 3.6 engines to start ticking, guys. There's some guys out there, yeah, another one. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. If it's going to be that way, don't display it. Okay, just, damn, dog, I'm sorry, man. That happened, man. It's going to be like $1,000. I'm sorry that happened to you. Don't gloat in it. But I don't know, man. That was interesting. That comment really threw me for a loop as far as Toyota's, what they got in place to make this starter. Again, I don't think it was seized up. But I mean, think about this, guys. 3 times she had it towed, and it would cool overnight and restart. All right, what exactly is he saying right there? Once it's cool off, it's not in overheat state anymore. They literally just get in the car and fire it up. I'm assuming up until she drive it to overheat again. So Toyota has something put in place. It you gotta make the cars idiot proof, I guess. It's crazy, man. I don't think they engineers know better than ours. Engineers are supposed to be some sharp guys. My 96 Buick had the low oil. Where did it go? That was Uncle Mark. My 96 Buick had the low oil level sensor. Yes. Well, so you telling me that's old technology? Wait a minute, man. That can't be old technology because it's obviously needed now. Are people getting, I'm not gonna say dumber and dumber. Are people getting reckless and more reckless? Because that is reckless. That is extremely reckless for you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You should be embarrassed for have your car towed in because it's locked up because there's no oil in it. Somebody need to be embarrassed. The car maker itself for not having enough warning features in place. Yes, dumber. No, it's fluff. I can't fix my mouth to say consumers is getting dumber and dumber. I want to say they just don't care or they either reckless. I can't agree with that, man. 25 years ago, wait a minute, 25 years ago, I threw a rod on an 80 BMW 520 just because I failed to check the oil before going on a 3-hour road trip. What? So this was 25 years ago. So the feature, there's no warning features in place for. Again, guys, I'm thinking an oil level sensor and a coolant level sensor. I didn't say coolant temp sensor. There's a difference between a thermistor, which is a coolant temp sensor, and a switch. A switch tends to open and close, on or off, a switch. Okay, so if you got a low coolant level switch that you can put in place, yeah, that would tell the computer, hey, he low on coolant. So ignore the temperature switch and ignore everything else. Make the cluster do this. Ding, 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 error. The driver gonna go, hey, what the hell going on? Maybe I need some coolant. Or the same way. So I'm rooting for level switches. How about that? Remember, guys, difference between a sensor and a switch. Switch is open and close. A sensor, especially a thermistor, will give some kind of reading, binary code reading, something that the computer can read. Okay, a temp sensor will display that information to the PCM in some kind of strange code, and the computer can go, okay, you at 230, it's time for the fan. All right, but or either that, these guys we should get a flash of some sort. I don't know, should make engineers proof. Should make cars engineers proof that I know I skipped a lot of folks, guys. Everybody was speaking in the beginning. Evelyn Rodriguez, hello. Yes, my girl is in the building. I guess he forgot. No. Oh, yes, I did. I just actually walked in the door, Tom. Tom always remind me of. Yes, guys. So, what are you guys' cars equipped with? Or do you even know? Do anybody even know? Or are we just so? I think we're a different breed, guys. All right. I want to think we're mechanically inclined, conscious enough to at least pop our hood. I have to really look around to stay. At least pop our hood and get in the notification. At least pop our hood and take a look around. Okay, just stumble on the link. But yeah, Kim Barber, what's up? So I don't know what you guys got. Nissan, how Nissan handle that? Fluff, do they have a coolant level switch put in place? In other words, if you're driving, you hit something in the road, your lower radiator hole bust, all your coolant go. Remember, only thing a coolant temp sensor can do is tell the computer the temperature of the coolant. But if there's none in it, then the computer can't tell the temperature of the coolant. It can tell the temperature of the coolant. But if there's none in it, then the computer can't tell the temperature of the coolant. what do it tell it? I have yet to get an answer at that. When next time in school, I'm gonna what's up, my brother from New York, brother, mother. 5 feet of snow. Damn, Ed Pinsky. Woo. I'm gonna get in the engineer's ear myself, man, because budget, what's going on, man? I would like to know these things. 2.4 hours and my mother clear vision right now. That's what's up, Dart man. So guys, I guess if y'all deal with customers, hit home the fact and the importance. I will put electrical tape over my name 14. Hit home to your customers, guys, the importance of keeping an eye. Used to be all people needed was an oil pressure gauge and a temp gauge. Oil pressure gauge and a temp gauge, yeah. Yeah, man. There's people just keep driving their cars until that poor lady, that van's still out there, the van we was talking about. The tow truck on the way to get it because they abandoned it. And I needed some parts off of it, so I'm not mad. If owner drivers and wrecks something after warning, no warranty. Yeah. What's water oil? What? What are you talking about, man? Car makers should make a lot of stuff universal. Oil. But design them to run on one kind. Lug nuts should all be 21 millimeter solid metal. Should I go? Yeah. I see what you're saying. But that'll never happen. Somebody will always want to be different. I'm so glad they made it mandatory to where every car maker have to put I don't know, some of you guys young. Y'all might, Fluff, you're a young dude. You wasn't around when that data DLC connector, that 16-way connector you just plug your scan to in, it was not always right there, my dude. Okay. In fact, the industry had to put their foot down. I need every freaking car maker from now on out. It's the law. I want to say OBD 96. That 16-way connector had to be at least 6 inches away from the steering wheel, which is right where it is on every car now. Before, oh man, they was hiding them everywhere. We had a car, the old Intrepid. Matter of fact, Uncle Mark had one of those old. I don't think he'll go back that far though. The connection where you hook your scan to is under the hood next to the battery. Okay. A lot of car makers was hiding theirs in the glove box. Everybody was hiding their connection different place. GM used to have a paper clip and jump pin 1 to 4 for the light to flash to read the code. Everybody was different. Back in 96, they said enough is enough. Centralized location right there. So everybody's right there now. But thank goodness that kicked in. I guess the sensor could put car into limp mode every time. Maybe that's what it was in. Maybe that's what they call it, limp mode. And when it cooled down, it fires up. But mountain wrench. Oh yeah, I saw your post. Somebody, I think I need to get a little pen for mine. I don't know how yours broke. Oh, you say your ratchet part of yours broke. Yeah. I don't know who to take that to. I'm gonna see what the Macro man can do for me before I start trying to fix it. But yeah, I'll use that mountain wrench on every freaking thing. And damn, I see the bling. Yeah, man. Like I said, I was at a party. It won't be pegged out if it's out of water. All right. Now, also, guys, there's different ways you can overheat. Okay, you can be full of coolant and still overheat. Let's say because your fan give out or anything like that. Heat makes metal expand, which is probably why it sees. Interesting. Who is this? AGT. Hold on. Let me gravitate on this for a second. Heat makes metal expand, which is probably why it seized when it overheated. Then the engine worked again when the metal contracted. That would be my guess. I guess it's possible. Or, like I say, they disabled the starter and it seemed like it was seized. I don't know. The damn said it seized. I don't know if he know the difference or what seize mean. He just know it wouldn't start. But this is a good analysis, man. Because heat makes metal expand. And I don't know if he just said Toyota. I don't know if it was an all aluminum engine. Technically, there is no all aluminum engine. I mean, it's just the block and the heads could be made from aluminum, but inside there are some stealing going on. There's some more stuff going on deep inside a block. That's why when I used to take those engines to the scrap yard, they're like, no, buddy, it's not all aluminum. There's some steel in there. So I got to break it in half. It's called steel aluminum. I guess that's what they call it. But yeah, water boy, the 212. After that, you pushing it. And as we said earlier, I think the typical thermostat will open at 180. Fan usually kick on 218 to 230. So yeah, that's interesting. 212. It will read nothing. It will read nothing if there's no coolant in it. Darkman, I think that's what you was hitting home about. So at that point, how will it know to warn the driver that is in full overheating mode? Jason David Frank, the green white Power Ranger. Rest in peace. What are we talking about? What I missed right there? All right, air temperature. Don Ferris, air temperature. Air temperature. What are we talking about? Am I missing something? Air temperature. The air temperature. Yes, air temperature is used. People ignore everything on their vehicle, especially oil leaks. Yeah, but I think one of the warning signs you're gonna get from you being low on oil is some engine noise. But why the hell you want to wait till you get to that point? My 88 RST has a feature that is, if the temp sensor isn't working, it cuts off the fuel. That's what I'm talking about, kid. Damn, this is an 88 model, so they had features like that in place back in 1988. It would cut off the fuel so you can't keep going. In other words, it's idiot proof. You're going to be an idiot, you go no more. All right? I'm tired of y'all tearing up. I bet the car makers are like, I'm tired of y'all making us look bad and getting put on tow trucks because y'all don't know how to turn your car off. So, but this is back in 88. Damn, Ken. Interesting. Ignorance. They take no responsibility to learn. I'm about to upload a video now, guys. Shorts. When I get off of here. Get this. I put a transmission in a lady car, Nag 1. She got 180,000 miles. Her transmission went out at 120. I put the transmission in, a Jasper transmission. Here she is back now to get an oil change. I'm under that looking, hey, I did this. I looked at the history, JT. Yeah, I worked on this. I put the transmission in. Mind you, she got 60 or 70,000 more miles on it than she had on it when I put in. So I tried to sell a transmission service. Guess what happened? No. So lady, let me get this straight. Let me get this freaking straight. 70,000 miles ago, we had to put this transmission in here because you neglected to service it. All right. Here it is, 60, 70,000 miles later on the new trans that we put in 70,000 miles ago, and you still reluctant to do your transmission service the way you're supposed to? No, I don't want no trans service. Y'all trying to sell me. Y'all just trying to get my money. Like some people can, and I get it, man. I get it. Everybody think upsells are the devil or a scam. Like, no, I really care, lady. I don't want you to burn this pretty. I just a nice, pretty, great transmission Jasper sent us. I don't want you to ruin this one. You're gonna keep putting trans services off. Then you're gonna be back here again trying to get another. You went to the party as yeah. It was Biggie Small, Adidas. They was playing all old stuff, all Biggie Small old stuff. I don't know. This ain't real, but it looked real, don't it? I might. Yeah, we had the little Adidas. I'm dressed like, Kumo D and them, all them old dudes. Yeah, I don't know, man. It would have to be in the pan. You talking about the level sensor? I agree. It should be in the pan. It got to be somewhere near. I haven't been there. Is customer complaints? Convertible top doesn't close. Found oil and coolant leaks. He only wants the top. Engine be damn. Who the hell cares about that? I want my top working. All those warning sensors and gadgets to help stupid will add to the bottom line on every car. But they're needed. That's my point. Because warning lights alone seem to not be working, and some warning lights probably not even coming on. Some vehicles have an oil level sensor, and I know GM uses a coolant reservoir level sensor. Those are good things to have, man, because people are going to keep using the oil level sensor and turn it on when you are a quart low. The BMW, the newer ones uses an oil level sensor, and it turns on when you are a quart low, 1 quart low. So the average oil pan, what, hold 5 quarts? Let's say this 5 quarts. You full right here. If you get right there, bing, hey, whoa, you 1 quart low, man. Hey, imagine if. So you ain't about to lock up cars like that, I guess. It's way too many safety features put in place. My Buick had the low oil level sensor. Yeah. And y'all talking all these old cars, and so none of these new cars have. Like I say, the Pentastar is not an old. It came out in 2011. Even the newer ones, the Gen 3s, there is no oil level sensors. Only an oil pressure and an oil temperature. So the computer only gives a damn about the temperature of the oil or the pressure of the oil. Now, granted, that's important because remember, this is a VVT style engine. That information is crucial, but so is the oil level. So they figure, do we really need to add another sensor? Surely drivers are not that stupid to where they keep driving their car when it's low for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm not change that. I'm not gonna say idiot proof. Rule of thumb: the healthy engine uses burn 1 quart per oil change. And I guess what you're saying is that's not abnormal, okay? All right, that's not a major problem. In fact, FCA had to put out a memo to tell us that some of the same information, Fluff, like, do not panic. Okay, yes, you still may have to add some oil in between oil changes. That doesn't mean you have an oil consumption problem. All right, but rule of thumb, y'all see this rule of thumb? A healthy engine uses and burn about 1/4 oil per oil change. So I guess what we're trying to say is, damn it, pull your dipstick out every now and then and look around. Yeah, leave, man. That's crazy. BMW also uses a cooling level sensor that tell you. Funny thing is, you can always put all new sensors and people will still ignore the signs. Yeah, well, we're gonna always have. Now I'm not dogging the guy's daughter out, but I'm still tripping on the fact, what exactly do Toyota have in place that will allow the engine to appear seized, and merely by letting it sit overnight, which is a cool down, you're able to start it. Now, I never got to communicating with this guy. I just read his comment and thought that was interesting. To say the least, it is fairly interesting. The whole Toyota story might not be true, or might only be partly true. Well, damn it, I want to know the truth. Impulse, what's up, man? 1999K miles, and my Pentastar does not use any oil between oil changes. That's interesting. And even if it did, I know you mechanically inclined and you pull your dipstick every now and then and look, but even if it did, even if you jump in your car right now, just say you don't look under it, and you got 5 quarts of oil laying on the floor, and you fire it up and go. How would you know that you have no oil in your car? Remember, Pentastars, there's no oil level sensor on it. So will the oil pressure switch give it away? Because you have no oil in it, so obviously there will be not much oil pressure, right? Again, somebody sabotage you. Impulse. Here's a scenario. Somebody that don't like you climbed up under your car with a 9mm, boom, shot a big ass hole in your oil pan, all your oil on the ground. You wake up, don't know nothing, get in your car and go to work. How would you know you have no oil in your car? Interesting. Man, oil level sensors. Here it is 20 years later, and we realizing this is important. You can hear lifters in my truck when yeah, that's a damn good thing that common sense is still put in place. All right, that's mechanical sound right there. Maybe that's what customers need to hear. They need to have some kind of audible mechanism in place. Y'all know, like the hybrid cars, the electric cars, they have to have that pedestrian sound coming out of them to alert people, hey, this is a real thing. This is a vehicle. I know you don't hear it because it's electric. We're in electric mode, but the pedestrian sound kick in. It should be the same for freaking, I don't know, man. Yeah. Ever hear of a 200 mile per gallon on a big Chevrolet cars? 200 miles per gallon. No, I've never heard of that. Uncle Mark, tell us more. 25 years ago, I threw a rod on a 520 just because I failed to check the oil before going. Oh, yeah. We read that one. Damn, that's crazy, man. That's not cool at all. No, man, stop it, man. Be nice. That's why cars are equipped with dummy lights. Yeah, but nobody seems to be reading. Low oil sensors goes bad to the beginning of the car in 1920. Low oil sensors. Remember, guys, the difference between a sensor and a switch. We talking about, or at least I'm trying to hit home that car makers may should install low coolant or oil level switches. On off, on off, on off. It's either above the level or below the level, and maybe that'll kick in. 88 with low coolant, low oil. Oh, my 88 vehicle has a low coolant, low oil, low fuel, and an oil temperature switch. I'm guessing that's what he want to say. Ken Barber, uh, should be standard. Yeah, well, it's not. So maybe it'll keep happening. So, like I say, I'm a mechanic, but I'm not rooting for total failure and destruction. I mean, it pains me to see engines seized up, guys. I mean, yeah, I can get an engine job out of the repair, but that's just like brutal torture. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So I don't want your money that way. Okay. I mean, there's other things you can get done to your car that will provide me a level of income stability or a job. Replacing your engine, it shouldn't be one of them. But if it happens to be that, then so be it. Should make cars engineer. All consumers need to do is read the owner's manual, and it talks about pre-trip inspection. Oh, you're talking about before you go on the trip, what to look at? Interesting. Very interesting. Question: Can a ZF 948 9-speed transmission fit in a 30? The Avenger with a 3.6 engine, yes, can go either way. Yes, the 948 TE. In fact, yes, because the 3.6 Pentastar, the bell housing is a lot rounder. Yes, but it won't work if the application is not. You know what I'm saying? Dude, there's so many electronics involved in this stuff. I know some people want to. I want to switch from a 6-speed. I don't want 6 no more. I want 9. Fact is, it may bolt up, but remember this 948 TE, that ZF transmission, it has its own TCM. In fact, it's sitting on top of the transmission. They so bold now, they put the module on top of the transmission. Hell, they so bold now, the ZF 8-speed transmission, the rear-wheel drive, the controller is inside the freaking transmission. It's part of the valve body. In fact, I got one on my table right now. I got to put in. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow too. I got to replace a valve body on a Grand Cherokee. I want to say it's a ZF transmission. I got to replace. My diagnosis led me to the TCM. All right, I go up to the parts department. Hey, I need a TCM. It's like, those valve bodies on back order, don't you? I said, I didn't say valve body, stupid. I said TCM, transmission control module. Yeah, but the valve body, we can't get it. Well, my point is, the valve body is the TCM. Okay, the TCM is attached to the valve body. So they one unit. You buy one, you get the other one free. All right. Yeah, and it was on back order. So they finally got here. So I'm gonna put it in tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that. And why I'm having to replace it in the first place. That's a bad idea, Ken. All right. To save, not spend money. They are trying to save, not spend money. Oh, you talking about? Okay. This is Avenger. Yeah, that's a bad idea, Ken. Nissan uses an oil pressure switch. Oil pressure switch do nothing more than tell the computer the pressure of said whatever is monitoring. If it's oil, it's oil. So man, the computer needs to know at idle. Now, our Pentastar is a lot of our oil pumps are dual stage, meaning the pressure do this depending on the RPM and the load. Depending on the load and the RPM will dictate how much pressure that oil pump needs to deliver. Okay, so it's never just set. There's never 30 psi at all times. All right, so and that makes sense. Dual stage oil pump. Boy, I just put an oil pump on I gotta edit that stuff. But yeah, so a lot of them find that the knowing what the oil pressure is a whole lot more important than knowing what the oil level is because they think we are competent enough to make sure we have oil in our car. Should be like generators that won't start if the oil is too low. Yeah. Yeah. Put a feature in place. But that's too much to ask out of car makers. We have 35 people here. Hey, thumbs up the video. George Anderson, what's up, my friend? Thank you. Yeah. Y'all heard what George had said. Just a switch. Yeah, switch. Open and close, on or off. It's like a freaking light switch. You above the level, contacts are closed. You below the level, contacts are open, light come on. Or flashing lights. I think it should be flashing lights with a sound, some kind of audible sound. I have no clue if the engine or the thing has. If you got a Hemi, Dartman, you have an oil temp sensor as well as an oil pressure. And as a matter of fact, they right next to each other. Okay. Yeah. And this is how that computer can tell if you put the wrong viscosity or weight in the oil. Y'all know some of the Hemi models would snitch on you. It would set a code for wrong oil used. Okay. A typical Hemi with MDS designed to run off 5W20. Okay. Now, some wise guy, when you got 5, you go take your car to Jiffy Lube. Hey, boss, we got a 520. Who gives a damn? Put 530 in it. Custom drive down the road. Some of them would not set a light, but a guy with a scan tool can. In other words, the code is not mandatory to trigger a light, but it may store a code. So the next mechanic get it. Ma'am, you got a fault code for wrong oil used. I just had my oil changed in Jiffy Lube. Well, they didn't put the right oil in it. It says right here on the paper they use 520. Well, they lied. What snitches on that is those on that Hemi is that oil temp sensor as well as that pressure switch. It does some calculation and it can tell. I'm not an engineer, but it can tell that this is not 520. And from my understanding, those MDS solenoids, because that feature is in place, the viscosity and the weight of oil is freaking crucial. Like very important. It's got to be right. Yeah, so they'll turn on the light. They'll give some kind of warning device. But all the Hemis that way, they got that oil temp sensor and that pressure switch right next to each other. Anything over a few pounds of pressure will show oil pressure. So you can be 1/4 oil and still show some pressure there. Pretty much. My car is equipped with me. Yeah, ordinary individual. Cars are getting smarter while human. Fane, what up, man? My old truck is equipped with a glaze at your gauges and check your fluid. What? Your old truck is equipped with glance at your gauges and check your fluid. I never ran an engine out of oil. My brother did once. It cost him. Never had that problem again. 35 years. All it takes is one. But my thing is, it shouldn't get to that point, man. I guess they're gonna have to put some more. No level switch, but some models do utilize 2 coolant temp sensors to monitor thermostat operation. Yeah. These are sensors. So maybe the importance of the temperature of thing is a bigger priority than the level of things. What I'm getting out of this, they don't give a damn how much you have in there. There's oil pressure sensors. New cars have oil level sensor. What new cars you talking about? Who that? Dart Hemi. What car? No, our stuff. Now I'm in a bubble, guys. So if there's something, I've never claimed to know everything, and I never will. All right. So a brand new Grand Cherokee with the latest and greatest updated freaking Pentastar Gen 5. I don't care what it is. Gen 3 is the highest we got right now. There is no oil level switch or pressure. There is an oil pressure sensor. Oil level sensors. Okay, again, there's a difference between sensors and switches. But I don't know, man. I guess the sensor can tell the computer if the level of something. I don't know. OBD2 mandate in 96. Some models were equipped before then, pre-OBD. Yeah, they was hiding that damn connector everywhere, man. My truck flashes are checking in like for codes. Yeah, that's what our old stuff do. We call it the key dance. 1, 2, 3, and the lights will start flashing. Man, yeah. So not sure. Yes, it's under the hood, Uncle Mark. 95s. Matter of fact, yes. Hell yeah, I worked on a bunch of those. You take the DRB2. I can't even find the connectors for that. And that freaking thing. No, it's one under the hood. It's one under your cigarette lighter for your key. Uh, um, for your key programming. It's one little wire you got to ground it, and you'll go in the set mode. The locks and unlock, and then you press the button and you program a key. There was one under the hood, a little blue connector. That's where you plug in your scan to and do your diagnosis. But this car here, you couldn't even bring it to our shop. We don't have nothing to check it out with. Best way to diagnose O206 injector. I heard most likely bad fuel injection, but could also be wiring. Yes, it could be those things. Okay. The thing about the name of the code, injector circuit open. Basically, could have an open circuit. Depending on how many wires going to the injector, it has to be either 2 or 3, right? One is for constant supply of something. In our case, on a typical injector, one of those wires are fed constant 12 volts from, let's say, the ASD circuit. The other wire is duty cycled ground from a computer, which goes on and off, on and off. That's when the injector is firing. Duty cycle, that computer. That's how fast that stuff doing. So now how can they tell if there's an open circuit? Some tricky formula they got in place. I've overheated my truck countless times. Damn lower radiator hose topped off from those stupid clamps. Then one time I didn't realize I put 100% antifreeze in it. Oh, 100%. Oh, you talking about without mixing it? We got to be careful, guys. We just got a big batch of coolant that's nobody reads. It just says concentrate. We used to get 2 jugs of coolant that was mixed, pre-mixed. Now we get 1, but nobody read anything. We so used to it already being mixed. One guy just sitting over there pouring straight antifreeze in the car. He didn't think to mix it because he just thought they only made it. Why they only give me 1? Because it's concentrate. So you just got to be alert when you're in the shop, man, at all times, man. About a 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee. My 2 engine low. How reliable are those engines? We absolutely love the Jeep. Very reliable. It's a 2020 with a 3.2. My 2017 has the 4-cylinder in it. I opt out of the 3.2. Just it was more money, and she don't need to go no faster. We didn't need no more power. We just said 4-cylinder and saved, I guess, a good 5,000-10,000. I don't know, but very reliable, my friend. All right, fully electronically controlled car, meaning you have a PCM as well as a TCM. So as long as those are up to date via flash update, that car be around for a long time. All right, who's that? Kathy, Brady. Thanks for stopping by. First time I'm thinking I'm calling your name. You can hear the heater core swashing, grabbing when cooling. Yeah, in some cases. Interesting. All right. I never worry about oil leaks on an old car as long as it is not leaving puddles. I guess the concern should be if you too low in your engine. Yes, every car is gonna some way, somehow seep oil. But you don't have to get every oil leaks fixed, guys. Now, we as mechanics are trained to write up estimates on whatever we see under the car when we're checking it out, right? But a lot of times there's seepage, not drip, 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 drip. Those need to be repaired. But seepage, you got to keep an eye on your oil level anyway. So, like I say, I'm in the mechanical business, so I got to be careful what I say. I never worry about oil leaks on old cars as long as it is not leaving puddles. Automotive amateurs? What kind of name is that, man? Cousin blew motor in a Mini Cooper due to leaking filter housing. She said, no warning lights. Come on. Mind you, she has no technical aptitude. What I'm curious to know the housing, all right? I bet that housing was equipped with a oil pressure sensor and an oil temperature sensor. There's no oil level switch nowhere in sight. So how would a driver know? Yeah, man. That's what I was trying to say. Y'all be picking words right out of my mouth. I get a brain freeze. I know y'all somebody gonna come through. Regular service best way to save money. Yes, I agree. You're awesome. Go to the mechanic before buying any car. Alex Hickson, thanks for stopping by, my friend. I appreciate it. If they didn't want to use a level sensor, maybe they could use a pressure sensor. If there's no pressure, then there's no fluid. Like my man Fluff said, you can have 1/4 of oil and it will produce some form of pressure. That's why there's a terrible way to gauge if you have oil in the car. All right. Man, we just need an oil level sensor or switch. Because they're going to keep locking them up, man. They're going to keep I know if Kia or Honda uses level sensors for oil lights, would never. I'm not picking on Kia or Honda. You on your own on that one. I come across 4 to 5 cars where a customer states vehicle doesn't start, and the problem was they ran out of gas. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Now, as far as gas go, like you have a gas gauge and a fuel level sensor. That's a level. Think about what I just said. You have a fuel level sensor in place. So obviously, fuel level trump anything else. Fuel level is more important than oil level or coolant level. Because if there's no fuel, you go no more. If there's no oil, you can keep going, but you will eventually stop. So what's more important, ladies and gentlemen? Every car has a fuel level sensor on it. 05 Durango overheated when it got a hose leak and the lady kept driving on the highway. Burn it up. Same with that minivan. That's a wrap, man. Once they seize up, I'm not going to try to build that. Maybe we need them gas stations back. Yeah, you're talking about full service gas stations. That was a long time ago. Are you going to be on Thanksgiving night? No. Ooh, that is a Thursday, ain't it? No, I need to put that warning out there. Let the family. I did that last Thanksgiving. Who was that? Uncle Tom. I did that last Thanksgiving. They was done eating. Everybody full time. Like, if y'all done, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on the live stream. So it all depends on how I go and what I'm doing. If I'm bored, hell yeah, I'll jump on and kick it with y'all. I will see the big spot and not start it. Oh, impulse. No, I said if you don't see it, impulse. Come on, man. It's morning time. You got to be at work at 5. It's dark. You can't see a puddle. Remember, he shot a hole in your oil pan. You jump in your car and go. What's going to tell you that there's no oil in your car? I don't know, man. I see a lot of women don't understand a flashing engine light means stop and keep driving it. No, flashing is bad, man. Real time misfiring going on. Yeah, you're really supposed to stop then. You're running 1,000-mile cat converters at that point. Do you think I should do a 60-40 trans fluid change on my 3.6 Avenger? Yes. This 3.6, it's got what trans in it? A 9-speed. You can't replace the filter, so trans fluid change. Oh, yeah, you're talking about just a drain and refill. If you've never done it, it's gonna be risky, man. I can't make out. Do you think I should do a 60-40 trans fluid change on a 3.6 Avenger? I don't know, man. That's a call you have to make, man. It's gonna be risky. Okay. But what are the other alternatives? Just let it keep going, let it go, and just slide, die a slow, painful, brutally death. Okay. That's what I was arguing this one guy down. He's like, no, they said never change it. It's feel for life. Like, buddy, you out of warranty. Best believe you on your own. Okay. You shouldn't care what they say. I mean, you should from a certain standpoint, but you got over 60,000 miles now. Your powertrain warranty is done, my dude. What are you talking about? Feel for life. They say I should never change it. It's going to last forever and ever. Like, no. I ain't finna go no ridiculous. Oh my goodness, I got 5 minutes, guys. 2050 Chrysler has all life. Yeah, I saw those. A lot of the newer model uses an algorithm to tell you the oil life. That's pretty neat setup, man. It measures. Yes, Eric Moten. This is a good point. My Cherokee has the same feature. It tells you the life. Now, I want to read up before I speak on this. I want to read up the inputs that will help that computer determine how much life left in this oil. Wait a minute, it's synthetic. You telling me the life is shorter? I want to read up on that. We can talk about that again some more. That's interesting. These young people have the music so loud they won't hear the engine ticking. Wait a minute, man. Arthur Dentley, what's going on, man? People still don't know what a tire light means. We have a TPMs since, TPM. I remember when they first came out and mandated in 08. Oh, it was mandated. I heard somebody else say that. Interesting. People don't know what that is. And guys, best believe the air pressure in your tires. I was one of those non-believers that didn't give a damn. Oh, it ain't no big deal. Yes, it's a big deal. We have had TCMs in the valve body. Oh, wow. What you trying to say, man? What you trying to say? We behind? Arthur Dentley, that's facts. Yes. That HPZF needs fluid exchange at 60K. Yes, that's the same. That's what I say. Fluid. Now, the H-speed, the one that you speak of, you can do the pan on those. You can change the filter because it's integrated into the pan. So why not just do a complete service? Some of those pans have a drain plug in them. Some don't. Okay, if yours don't, drop the pan. You got to drop it anyway. Go back in with a new pan. That way you will have a new filter as well. All right. Yes. Don't never come to me telling me my H-speed is feel for life. Dude, it is too freaking easy to do a trans service to even be talking about feel for life. Leave that feel for life garbage mumbo jumbo talk for the 9-speed ZF transmission because you can't replace the filter on those unless you take the transmission out. All right. So yeah, don't talk about no damn feel for life on an 8-speed. It's too easy to take the pan out to replace it. On some newer vehicles, we use not dual stage, but an oil pressure solenoid to control. Yeah, we got the solenoid attached to our oil pumps to control oil pressure. Yes. Big old oil pump and the solenoid is stabbed into it, and the wire goes out to go outside the block. I just put one in. That's cool. That's a interesting way they do that, man. LSA, what's going on, my friend? I'm winding down. Oh, I'm at the 1 hour mark. Some lawnmowers will not start if the low. Man, that's the way it should be with cars. So, Uncle Mark, you telling me the engineers that do lawnmowers are a lot sharper than? No, we're not gonna say that. And the wrong oil can mess with MDS. Yes, damn sure can. That's why we was talking about those Hemis utilizing that oil temperature switch sensor as well as the oil pressure. It is in the display oil temp and pressure, but I haven't seen oil level. Yeah, because there is no oil level sensor on that car, on that Hemi. If it would, where else? There's only one place you can put an oil level switch. It has to be screwed into the oil pan, guys. Now, there could be some legal things in place that won't let car makers do that. Remember, guys, for a long time, they couldn't put fuel pressure switches on cars because they would have had to screw them into the fuel line, and there was too much legal things in play that prevented that. Oh, it's too risky, too dangerous, so we won't do it. Now, there are some cars equipped with fuel pressure sensors. In other words, the computer now can tell what the pressure of the fuel pump is putting out. All right. So JT, tell me if you run into this. 08 Aspen rear drive. My radiator started to leak. Went to Mopar and they told me the wrong radiator. Oh, the upper hose inlet is in the wrong. Oh, have it happened? It shouldn't, because we use an idiot-proof system. You put in the VIN, every freaking thing about your car pops up. When it was born, all right, who originally owned it, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. How on earth is that possible to get wrong? Human error will dictate that. Okay, maybe they picked up the wrong box and gave it to you. That's a small, slim chance that happened. But no, I've never ran into that. All right, I got to wrap this up, guys. Oh, VVT and VVL lift need right viscosity as well. Yes, right viscosity of oil as well as the right level. That is absolutely the case. Mopar has no other radiator, only one that comes up. Wow. Holy crap. No, I've never ran into that. Okay. I wouldn't know what to do if that happened. I'd be cussing the parts department out, though. Part numbers on my radiator changed the number they sold me. Can't hook it up. Hose. No. I never ran into that problem. What is your plan B? What's up next for? What are you gonna do now? They just need to implement limp mode. Limp mode with an explication that displays on the auto communication screen. I want to limp mode. I want to say that's what this I want to think that's what this is. Who's that? Eugene. I want to think that's what my guy here, his daughter car, went into some kind of fail-safe limp mode to prevent her from ruining the engine. Because again, guys, I find it hard to believe you can, by letting a car cool off, it's now magically unseized. I mean, was it ever seized in the beginning? I think limp mode, maybe fail-safe mode kicked in. I don't know, but that's a strength. Yeah, I've never seen that. That part number on the old one. That's the best way to get it, but it's likely not. Yeah, it changed over the number. Chrysler sells it. Crypto sells it. Man, I'd like to know how you're gonna solve this. Sold me. Crypto sold me. I'd like to know how you. My Intrepid key is not chipped. I meant not the key, but the remote. That's what I was trying to say, Uncle Mark. That year model car did utilize RKE, remote keyless entry. I used to program those suckers all the time. All right, JTM 2014 Ram 1500. Jonah, I told you it was shutting off on me that I replaced the PCM, the TIPM, the body control module, and nothing. It ended up being a short on the blue. No! Why am I got the screen up? 2014 Ram 1500. It ended up being a short on the Bluetooth radio factory OEM. Damn. Think about that radio, guys, on 2014 model. I'm thinking it's on the bus. So where's that? Was any code set? You got to have a real good scan tool to read codes out of things like radiator and HVAC modules and things like that. So I'm almost wondering, was there any codes in this radio? That is crazy, Joanna. But I'm glad y'all got it figured out. Yeah, that is interesting. Neon was OBD2 in the emissions test station. I had no clue and I always sniff tested it. 95 is pre-96, right? Right. So I think you had to sniff those, didn't you? OBD fully kicked in 96. I want to say. Could be wrong. I don't know. Yeah, some pre-96 cars use OBD. Yes. Oh, yeah, they did. Matter of fact, they used a Neon as guinea pigs to test that system back in 95. So it did have a 16-way connector. Plenty of Hondas and Toyota, yeah. Was draining battery causing to unable to connect to PCM. Damn. The Bluetooth radio. See, guys, we utilizing so much electronics. It's cross-feeding into other things, causing more important things like your car running to be affected. As an OCD mechanic, I can't have any leaks or noises whatsoever. Oh, man. Well, my dash is lit up, buddy. I get around fooling with it someday. Some heavy equipment still uses flash codes. There isn't a standard yet like OBD2. All right. I want my engine looking like it rolled off the production line. Damn. You one of those squeaky clean dudes, my guy. All right. My Dart had oil leaks from the driver's side head. It used a quart every 500 miles or less. I hope you got that fixed. All right. 42. Hey, let's get them thumbs up. Because I'm at the 1 hour mark, guys. Thank you, Evelyn Rodriguez. I gotta get out of here, man. The rod knocking would do it. Yes, I bet they'll notice then. Sister 300M, top end was noisy when it lost pressure. Yeah, we need some audible noises. Hey, my dude, feel for life of the powertrain warranty. No, once you out, you out. Hey, Fluff, you should talk about that. Any of y'all cars have fuck out of here. Feel for life. Get out of here, man. No. All I don't. Do not. Fluff, thank you, my dude. Guys, anything that come in on Super Chat and all that goes back into the channel, and I can come up with some creative things to give away during we closing in on 100K sub. I'm trying to do something different or give away something different. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be excited when that happens. I don't know. Like I say, I predicted by the end of the year, may come before, may come after. I don't know. It's just a prediction. All right. So at any rate, I'm looking forward to it. And it's all thanks to you guys that watch the videos, thumbs up the videos. Remember, guys, that's important. Comments on the videos, good or bad. I don't give a damn. This dude in here, where you at? Where you at? I'm going to pick on him. Where you at? I forgot his damn name. What my man at? Yeah, I forgot his name. Anyway, I don't care about the comments, good or bad. Say what's on your freaking mind, and don't be no punk and erase it because you think it offended me. No, man, leave it up. Okay, I need those comments. I don't care. You call me ugly. I don't give a damn what you call me. All right. What was I saying? It's thanks to you guys, all right, that the channel is growing. Watching the video, thumbs up in the videos, comment on the videos, everything on the videos, okay? So I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you, Fluffy. I'm going to add that to the pots, all right, so we can give away some cool things. Guys, I'm at the 1 hour mark. Philip from Columbus. Thank you, Philip, for jumping in. I really appreciate it. I'm about to wind this stream down. Only thing that lasts a lifetime is taxes. You got that? Just thought of it. The on level switch was not just an on-off switch. All switches around. How do you get switch working with that? Can you have a oil level sensor? Is there such device called an oil level sensor or coolant temp? Not coolant temp sensor, coolant level sensor. Cause I've got a point. I mean, if a switch is an on and off, so maybe it has to be a sensor. I don't know. That's interesting. All right. Yeah, switching. You can drive people crazy. Most people don't use the VN when they're looking on parts and will choose the wrong part and get upset. Yeah, that happens all the time. VN doesn't tell you everything it's supposed to. That's why we lowered the standards on parts, guys. Before, y'all went around, y'all some young chumps. Before, we had to get the best, latest, and greatest parts, guys, because they can dissect things, all right? Now, when this idiot-proof system came into play, well, all you need was the VN. So we can now hire $5 an hour parts, guys, because the system is so simple, you don't have to be a brain surgeon to be a parts personnel. Yeah, but I'm sure, like I say, if something's gonna get through the crack. Switch listens to amount of oil. I would look into a tissue. Thank you, Uncle Mark. Please do that. All right, make a video on it. All right, we will be looking forward to it. I'm gonna try aftermarket. All right, good way to go, man. Hugo, my dude, what's up, man, buddy? I hope you're doing well, looking fresh today. Yeah, man, you like that, man? Kumo D and one of them old guys. Yeah, man, my money, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Got the little hoodie, man. Oh, it's too much hair to even put the damn hoodie on. Guys, thanks for stopping by, Hugo. I gotta go, man. I'm at the 1 hour mark. In some cars, you have very little or no heat, but temperature. Sensor gauge reads cool. Interesting. Very interesting. James, what do you think about Blue Driver? What is Blue Driver? I'm in the bubble, guys. I don't know. I have Blue Driver. Nothing special about it, really. Somebody tell me what the hell is Blue Driver. Any code reader in that price range is okay. I want to know what Blue Driver is before I go. Bless it. Hey, Jay Hardy, thanks for stopping by, my friend. Hydro Toyotas currently, it's a Tundra. I had many. They have all had a great heat and great air conditioning. Interesting. Raheem, yeah. I go to work. No, they don't say that. That's Heavy D. I don't know. One of them dudes, man. Rusty. I have driven Toyota for the past 20 years. Currently, I have a Tundra and Camry, and they have all had a great heat. And yes, those imports off the chain. I'm sure they could use a delay in the sensor, just like. Oh, you talking about delay before the switch, the on and off in this fuel level sensor. If it triggers for X amount of time, then it states low or level. Okay, you talking about, yeah. As far as it being a switch on off, like just say you right there and you swishing, it would drive the sensor crazy. But Fluffy seemed to think some may use a delay in the sensor to pull that off. Dampen the response time so it doesn't shut down if the oil sloshes around. Have it triggered after 30 seconds low or something. I see what you're saying. That's a great point. Workman's run at 170. Okay. Put a note on your screen for meet and greet. Yes. All right. Let's do it Thursday, man. Blue driver is an OBD2 skin. Oh, thank you. Unstable Okie. Thank you. I didn't know that. I use one scan too. Guys, I'm at the bottom. That's all I have. Thank you, 69 Dark Man. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all Thursday. All right. That's all I have. Blue driver is a code reader. 3 more popped up. Delayed like gas tank. BMW, they have a digital oil dipstick dash going to center. Yes, unstoppable. Thank you. I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Jennifer, hold on. Jennifer, we got to see what Jennifer talking about. How do I do the timing? How do I do the timing, the vibration dampening? Because dude, that work week on it, let boat loose. Jennifer, I'm about to shut this stream down. Mention that on any one of the videos. We can chop that up. I'm gonna be on the computer for a minute. So yeah, mention that on one of the videos. Let's talk about that. Oh shit. Oh shoots. Yes, I forgot. We'll see. I don't know. If y'all ain't doing nothing, I ain't doing nothing. Hell, let's chop it up. We'll see. Y'all gonna be sitting around. Fluff gonna be sitting around the house like this with a toothpick in his mouth, picking out food out of his teeth. What's going on? Football game going on? Ain't nothing going on. Turn on the computer. Who knows? I don't know, man. But y'all have yourself. Some people religions don't dictate you say happy holidays. So enjoy your whatever you do on the holidays. Enjoy it. All right. Yes. All right, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for